So copywriting student, you act strongly like the health supplement copy, where you get the claims make you personally not believe any of it. And you've read, a lot of people who are renowned in this field. So your question is like, what's up with me?
So many things, right? One is you're not the prospect, right? You're not selling to yourself. So just from a copywriting point of view, who cares what you think? Who cares what I think? Who cares what I like, don't like, right? It's what people respond to. But, on a deeper level, on a moral, and so there's one way to look at it is, on an ethical level, right? Do you feel good about writing this kind of copy? If that's what you're asking, right? Like, I don't know if I can write this kind of copy. And maybe you can't. Maybe your copy is more believable, more rational, which today is good because a lot of people are getting in trouble for overpromising and hype, and consumers are responding to it less and less. So if there's a market, there's a niche for people who can write in a not hypey, over the top way. Mm-hmm. The other way to look at it too is, to some extent, people aren't out lying, right? If people are just shining the light on things in the best possible way, people aren't going to do what's good for them. If you just say plainly, this is why you should do this, right? They're not going to do it unless they feel a little bit of magicalness in it, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of, possibility. It's why people play the lottery. You're not going to get people to play the lottery by saying, that your odds are 1 billion to 1 to win the lottery.
More likely to get hit by lightning this week.
Yeah, you're more likely. And yet they know that, and yet they play the lottery anyway, because ordinarily I don't have 1 billion to 1 chance to make $1 billion, right? But if I play the lottery, I do. And that makes me happy because today I have 1 billion to 1 chance, right? So to paint a picture of people on a tropical island at a new house, if they play the lottery, is not in a certain way deceptive because they are playing for the possibility, right? So it's this, and I don't know if it's exactly the same with supplements. They're not doing it for the possibility, but if we're going to get them to do something that's good for them, right? You have to work very, very hard to make it as appealing as possible, without violating your own ethics, without violating regulations, right? Without promising stuff that's not going to be true, right? If you have an exercise program, you can't sell it as work hard and eat less. It's got to be packaged in a certain way. It's got to be made fun. It's got to be P90X, right? You're going to sweat. It's going to feel good. You're going to get a t-shirt. So I think that's, one way to look at it in a way. You're at the service of the customer. What if this guy has a problem that could be helped by your copy? It's as John Carlton would say, it's your obligation to do what you can to get that person to grasp that opportunity within ethical, and all that boundaries, of course, right?